Grieving properly is looking at our past situations, scenarios, and having gratitude towards them instead of saying, I wish this was different, I wish this didn't happen, I wish this, I wish I could go back here, I wish I could still have that thing or hold on to this thing, or I wish this person wasn't gone, I wish I didn't move from here. But instead looking back at those things in gratitude, I'm so grateful for everything that is happening because it has created the moment that I am in right now. And this moment that I am in right now is attracting everything that I desire and I am manifesting. Okay? Properly grieving allows us not to self-sabotage. It allows us to be present, okay, and knowing that the past is not repeating itself because we left it where it was. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of TTALK, where it is you plus me plus a lovely cup of invisible tea. One more time again, guys, I'm sorry I forgot my tea. However, I am just in the midst of a lot of transitions, a lot of changes, and I'm giving grace to myself, okay? But anyways, if you guys are new here, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming back to this podcast, whether you're on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Instagram, however you are viewing this. Thank you so much for coming back. If this is your first time back, not your first time back, if you're coming back, thank you so much. Make sure you guys subscribe, follow, all of that down below. Support the podcast so we can expand. And if this is you guys' first time, welcome to Tea Talk. This is just a safe and a sacred space where we sit down, we have our tea, normally, and we talk the real tea, which is how to heal thyself. So even though I don't have my tea today, go ahead and pause this video right now and go grab you a cup of tea, because that is a part of the healing process. It is a part of me comforting and just the holistic process of it all, the whole experience of Tea Talk. So grab you some tea, come back and sit. We're going to just go ahead and get into a 3D breath meditation. We're going to get into some prayer, and then we're going to go straight into the message, okay? So I also forgot to introduce myself. My apologies. Everything is just so off today, and I'm just really trying to transition and kind of mold Tea Talk and just incorporate new changes and just growth and elevation and allowing it to expand in the ways that it just naturally is supposed to. So I'm okay with going off the script, because really I don't want there to be a script, but I do want to introduce myself. So if you guys don't know me, my name is Nala Asa Shakur, also known as Tyler A. Norman. I'm the author of the book Love Starts Here, which is pretty much a guide toward learning how to love yourself and love yourself in all elements, in all forms, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, learning how to feed those energy bodies, learning what's the difference between those energy bodies and what lowers the vibrations and what raises them, and balance and so much more. And this book has activities and drawings, and it is just full of life, full of love, full of just healing energy for the collective. So I'll link that down below if you guys are interested. I'm also the owner and the CEO of The All Natural, which is your one-stop holistic health shop where we provide all your needs for a natural lifestyle, okay? So with that being said, with that mouthful blah blah coming out of my mouth, we're just going to go ahead and get into the deep breaths. We're going to say a prayer, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the message today, okay? So everybody, go ahead and sit down, find a comfortable place to sit. Roll your head, roll it around, stretch that neck, come back the other way. Making sure to breathe while doing this. We're going to come back and forth. Breathing side to side. While breathing. Okay. We're going to lift our shoulders, pull them back, drop them. Relax the shoulders, open the palms, allow yourself to be receiving to the energy today, receiving to the healing. And we're going to do 3 deep breaths. We're going to go in through the nose, pause, out through the mouth, in through the nose, pause, out through the mouth, in through the nose, pause, hands together and let's come into prayer. Thank you, Mother, Father, Creator. I set the intention and create this space and open myself up to be a vessel for the Most High, vessel for the wisdom of the Most High. Thank you, Mother, Father, Creator, all the ancestors, angels, and guides that are healing us, that are guiding us, that are assisting us in this journey where we are right now, Spirit. I open myself up, open my energy up for the divine love, divine wisdom, the divine clarity, the affirmations, the inner and over understanding that we all need to hear, that we, myself, and all those watchers and listeners need to hear in this current moment, Spirit. I open myself up to receive the message, to deliver it, and to be the message, to be the embodiment, be the channel. And I thank you, God, for my vessel, for my gift, for my spiritual essence, for my connection with the creators that allows me to be able to be who I am. And I just give gratitude so much. I give gratitude for this healing that we are receiving, cleansing all energy, cleansing this space of all energy that is not of our highest good, and allowing us to receive all that is for us, all that is for our hearts, helping us to love ourselves, others, and life deeper. Thank you, God. Okay, let's get into the message today. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what Spirit is talking about today. I really don't. Usually when I'm coming to TTALK, on the way, maybe the day before, while I'm setting up, I usually kind of get some sort of idea, point that I want to make, and it just kind of goes off and bounces off of each other, and then I pull cards, and it just kind of leads into a deeper message. But today is one of those days where it's like we're just flowing. We're just flowing, we're just here, we're just present, and just, being open to receiving. Open to receiving whatever is for us. So the first card we pulled is grief. Grief. So the last video, the last TTALK, I talked about transitioning, getting used to transitioning, being in a constant transition, meaning that we are constantly going through all of the seasons. We're constantly going through our spring, summer, fall, winter. We're constantly going through the death and the life cycle. We're constantly, parts of ourselves are being released and we're dying, and then we're coming out on the other side and being reborn into a new self. And that is if we are in alignment, that is if we are elevating self, that is if we are learning our lessons and releasing the things that we need to, and we're not holding on to and attaching, that is if we are, like I said, in the alignment of receiving and giving, being open to the new things and being open to letting go of the things that are no longer for us. So part of that journey is grief. Spirit wants to remind us, part of that journey is grief, the death of things. The death of things, whether that is an environment, maybe we moved out of our childhood home, whether that is the death of, items, whether we're getting rid of things in our home that we no longer need, clothes and shoes, just possessions. Whether that is the death of certain habits, the release of certain habits that we had. Maybe we don't get up and get on our phone first thing in the morning. Maybe that is the release of certain foods in our diet, and we stopped eating processed foods, we stopped eating certain meats, we cut out dairy maybe, or we just cut out, foods that aren't in their natural essence. Whatever that is, we released certain emotions. We did some yoga and we released, certain traumas that we had held in and that were within our bodies, that were stuck in our bodies. Maybe this season, this death season, we let go of a lot of those emotions and those hurts. Maybe we let go of a lot of hurt this season, in our death, going into our winter, going into our roots. So Spirit is saying what comes with that is grief. And that is a part of the cycle, that is a part of the process. Grief is a part of it, where we feel in the middle of things, where we feel like, wow, I wish I still had what I knew and what I thought I was going to be experiencing, and wow, I'm so grateful what I do have, and I'm so open to what is coming and what I don't expect, so Spirit says be in that grief, be in that place where it's okay to miss what we once were, miss what we once had, miss where we once lived, miss who we were once friends with. It's okay to miss those things and to sometimes look at them and, look back on things. I think where we have to watch ourselves is where we're not wishing that we were in the past, but maybe we can still recollect those memories, and we can still have those memories and not wish we were there, but wish, not wish anything, but not wish we were there, but maybe just miss and just have positive thoughts and gratitude toward the experiences that we did have in our past, having gratitude toward our past self, having gratitude toward the things that we once experienced, the places that we once lived, and the person that we once were. Okay? I think the balance comes from, and the healthy grief comes from being able to, like I said, have gratitude for those past experiences and being able to keep them in the past without trying to bring them with us. Okay? Because that is where we have self-sabotage. And self-sabotage is where we think our past, the traumas of our past, are happening again in our present moment, so we try to protect ourselves, thinking that this certain thing in our present moment is, reflecting something of the past. It's reminding us in some way, some form of the past. So we try to self-sabotage. We try to get rid of it. We try to run from it. We try to release it. We try to push it away. And we try these new things that are coming in that are everything that we ask for. Whether this is a new home, a new space, a new partner, a new level of love, a new self, whatever newness, whatever birth thing that we are birthing, whatever expansion that is coming into our lives, if we are not in the proper grief cycle, and the proper grief cycle is, yes, missing those things, allowing ourselves to miss those things, and allowing ourselves to think of those memories, but not wishing we were still there, not wishing we were the past, not wishing we were in the past, we could go back to the past, because doing that and holding on and attaching to our past experiences and our past self is going to prevent us from being able to attract the newness that is in our future self. It's actually going to make us go backwards. Okay, so instead of going in this life and death cycle where, okay, we die, we're going into the roots and we're leaving that new self behind, and we're coming out on the other side to be rebirthed into the new life, the new experience, and the new world, and all things rebirth, the thing that makes us go backwards, and the thing that does not allow us to properly get through the cycle of grief, which is a part of that death and life cycle, is self-sabotage. So we're going to self-sabotage if we don't properly grieve, if we don't look at those things with gratitude, and like I said, not wanting to go backwards, but appreciating them for the past, appreciating the past for creating everything that we have in this moment, and knowing that everything we have in this moment is reflecting the future. Okay, so if we don't go through this grief cycle, we're constantly going back, I wish, and this, and I could have did this, and I could have did this, and what if this happens, and we're starting to worry about the future. That's when we self-sabotage and we push away and we run from the things that are trying to come in for us. Okay, so if we want to properly transition, properly go through the grief, the life, the death and life cycle, we have to properly grieve. We have to grieve with gratitude. We have to grieve with our full hearts, with our full selves. Allowing ourselves to, yes, like I said, miss and, reflect on those things and have those memories, but leaving them where they are and knowing that what is coming is more in alignment with our higher selves, and what is coming is really truly for us, and the things that left were no longer in alignment, and they were no longer for us, and they already served their purpose. Okay, so we cannot go backwards and go back around the cycle and actually repeat the same cycle over again, and which keeps us in a loop, instead of an ongoing upward spiral. We can't self-sabotage. We have to be careful of self-sabotage. We have to watch ourselves. And the way that we do that is, when we are triggered in a certain moment, we have to think, okay, I am triggered because I feel like my trauma, something that hurt me in the past, is happening again. So I'm triggered, okay? So instead of acting on that and pushing away and running away and getting rid of those things and wanting to destroy what's in front of you, you have to think to self, okay, why am I triggered? What about this experience is making me triggered and making me feel like my past is happening? Is it my own anxiety and my own fear of those things happening? Or is this actually a repeat of my past? And if I'm in alignment with self, if I am constantly in an evolution of growth and elevation and going upward, I should not be repeating my past, but I will have tests from my past that come up and, like I said, test me and challenge me and make sure that I have learned the lesson, okay? So we are triggered. Take that as an opportunity to go back and make sure that we have learned the lesson, okay, from that past. Make sure that we have incorporated what we have learned from that past trauma. Okay, it is important to affirm ourselves during those times that we're triggered and not self-sabotage. Like I said, self-sabotage can be anything. Could be running, could be pushing this thing away, could be trying to make this thing in the present moment seem like it's so bad and going to look for something to clarify, something to, what's the word I'm using for? Self-sabotage is going to look for things that, what's the word? Oh my gosh, guys, I can't think of this word. This is going to bother me so bad. Okay, self-sabotage is going to look for things that, y'all know what I'm trying to say. It's going to look for things that clarify, that affirm what, that really wasn't even a word, but that word will do. Self-sabotage is going to look for things that affirm your fears so that you can run away or push that thing away and make yourself back comfortable again into that comfort zone. But the comfort zone is not where we want to be. The comfort zone is not where we receive newness. The comfort zone is not where we grow and push past certain things and traumas and challenges and trials that are for us to grow. Okay, so we have to be aware of self-sabotage, and when we don't grieve properly, that is when we start to self-sabotage. Okay, so grieving properly is looking at our past situations, scenarios, and having gratitude towards them instead of saying, I wish this was different, I wish this didn't happen, I wish I could go back here, I wish I could still have that thing or hold on to this thing, or I wish this person wasn't gone, I wish I didn't move from here. But instead, looking back at those things in gratitude, I'm so grateful for everything that is happening because it has created the moment that I am in right now. And this moment that I am in right now is attracting everything that I desire and I am manifesting. Okay? Properly grieving allows us not to self-sabotage. It allows us to be present, okay, and knowing that the past is not repeating itself because we left it where it was. The past is not happening again because we left it where it was with gratitude, because we released it, because it's no longer in alignment with who we are right now because we have grown and we have elevated. Okay, properly grieving is knowing that the past is in the past because we left it there with gratitude. So when we leave the past in the past, we're able to be in the present moment. When we're in the present moment with gratitude, we're able to attract more things that we're in alignment with, and we're able to grow more. And we don't self-sabotage thinking that our past is arriving again in the present moment. But knowing that it's in the past, we're right here in the present, and we can be in a positive and a loving. And we don't always have to be in this just, everything's just happy-go-lucky sunshine energy, but just being conscious and being aware of our energy in the present moment, like I said. And when those challenges come, knowing that, like I said, it's not the past repeating, however, it's just a new challenge. It's just a new layer of things. It's just a new lesson that we have to learn in order to get us where we're supposed to be and where we want to be, where we desire to be, where we're destined to be.